Loki now sits at the center of Yggdrasil, holding all timelines together. Though powerful, he feels isolated, watching countless realities pass by. He wonders if he is protecting or controlling them. Memories of Sylvie, Mobius, and his friends haunt him. The God of Stories role feels less like glory and more like prison. Whispers from dying timelines reach him, begging for help. The TVA has restructured under B-15's leadership. No longer pruning, they now guide timelines toward coexistence. Mobius, though retired, is asked to return as advisor. Hunter X-5, redeemed, becomes a field leader. But Kang variants are multiplying faster than they can track. The TVA fears another multiversal war is inevitable. Sylvie lives on a peaceful timeline, working at a small diner. But she feels uneasy, like her story isn't finished. Strange anomalies begin to bleed into her reality. People flicker between identities, as if timelines overlap. She suspects Loki's sacrifice didn't stabilize everything. Reluctantly, she heads back toward the TVA. From his throne, Loki notices cracks forming in the Yggdrasil tree. Strands of time writhe like snakes, rejecting his control. A hidden force is pulling timelines apart. He realizes something, or someone, is feeding on his power. Loki cannot leave the throne without risking collapse. But if he stays, the multiverse may still unravel. Mobius visits his original timeline, finally seeing his kids. He struggles between being a father and a protector of time. But strange rifts appear, threatening his family's reality. B-15 pulls him back into the fight, despite his reluctance. He agrees, knowing Loki's sacrifice meant something. But he fears they're facing an enemy beyond Kang. Whispers of a new being spread across the TVA archives. Not a Kang variant, something older, feeding on timelines. Legends call it the serpent that devours eternity. This entity existed before He Who Remains, sealed away. Now, Loki's Yggdrasil prison may have awakened it. The TVA realizes this enemy seeks the throne itself. Sylvie enters the TVA, demanding answers. She confronts Mobius and B-15 about Loki's sacrifice. But when she touches Yggdrasil's threads, she sees Loki again. They share a heartbreaking reunion across shimmering timelines. Loki warns her of the serpent's growing hunger. Sylvie vows not to lose him again. Meanwhile, Kang variants sense Loki's instability. Two major factions emerge, those who seek to control Yggdrasil. And those who believe the serpent will wipe them all out. The TVA is caught in the crossfire. Variants of Kang infiltrate different timelines, destabilizing them. The TVA prepares for its bloodiest war yet. Loki faces a dilemma: leave the throne to fight or remain. If he leaves, the multiverse risks collapse. If he stays, the serpent may consume everything anyway. Sylvie begs him to trust others for once. He hesitates, fearing losing control again. But finally, he sends an echo of himself into reality. Across timelines, strange storms begin swallowing worlds. Entire universes vanish into black voids. The serpent's whispers spread madness, even within the TVA. Mobius nearly succumbs but resists, clinging to his humanity. The TVA scientists discover its feeding pattern, Loki's throne. It is slowly unweaving the God of Stories. Strange recordings of He Who Remains appear in TVA archives. But these are not echoes, they respond to questions. It seems he left fragments of himself hidden in the loom. He mocks Loki's sacrifice as futile. Sylvie smashes one projection, but doubts grow. Did Loki only take He Who Remains' place? A faction of TVA agents break away. They believe Loki's rule is just another prison. They try to sever Yggdrasil entirely, risking collapse. Mobius and B-15 fight to stop them. Civil war erupts within the TVA itself. The serpent feeds off the chaos, growing stronger. To weaken the serpent, the heroes must collect fragments of its essence. They journey across collapsing timelines to retrieve them. Sylvie battles a corrupted variant of herself. Mobius faces a timeline where he became a Kang enforcer. Each mission pushes them closer to breaking. Meanwhile, Loki feels the serpent clawing at his soul. The serpent whispers directly to Loki. It promises him freedom, Sylvie, and glory, if he lets go. For a moment, Loki considers surrender. He recalls his old self, the god of lies, not stories. But Mobius' faith in him holds him steady. Loki refuses, but the cracks deepen. Sylvie believes the only way to kill the serpent is from within. She plans to merge herself with Yggdrasil, freeing Loki. Loki begs her not to repeat his choice. Their bond reaches its deepest moment of honesty. They kiss, uncertain if it's goodbye or beginning. Then, the serpent finally emerges. The serpent reveals itself, an endless cosmic being of shadow. Its body coils around timelines, crushing them into void. The TVA unleashes every weapon, but nothing works. Kang variant sees the chaos to attempt a coup. The multiverse trembles as gods and mortals clash. Loki prepares for his final stand. Loki leaves the throne for the first time. His body radiates with all the stories of time. He battles the serpent in a cosmic storm across timelines. Sylvie aids him, cutting its coils with chaos magic. Mobius rallies the TVA to hold the fabric of reality. It is the greatest fight Loki has ever faced. The serpent overwhelms Loki, devouring Yggdrasil itself. In desperation, Loki rewrites his own existence into the story. He transforms the serpent into a tale, a myth trapped forever. But the cost is high. Loki himself begins fading. Sylvie holds him, refusing to let go. He smiles, "This was the ending I chose." The serpent is gone, sealed as legend within the timelines. The TVA rebuilds, now more fragile but hopeful. Mobius retires fully, finally embracing his family. Sylvie chooses to stay, helping protect the timelines. Beat 15 declares, "No more gods. Just guardians." But she looks toward Yggdrasil, wondering if Loki truly vanished. In the closing scene, a child in a distant timeline reads a book. Inside, the tale of Loki, the trickster, the hero, the god of stories. As the book closes, Loki himself smiles from the shadows. Not gone, but reborn in myth, shaping stories unseen. His laughter echoes softly, glorious purpose. The screen fades, Loki will return.